Oda has finally told us which devil fruit would suit which Straw Hat in One Piece. As we know, that devil fruits are an incredible source of power in the world of One Piece, and every single devil fruit that exists in One Piece does so because someone wished for it. Luffy, the protagonist of the series, has the Gomu Gomu no Mi, and there are quite a few other members of the Straw Hat Pirates who have devil fruit powers as well. Now, Oda has also revealed what powers he would give to the non-fruit users in the Straw Hat crew. But before we talk about them, let's talk about the devil fruit users of the Straw Hat Pirates. The Straw Hat Pirates are an incredibly powerful bunch, and most of them have unique fighting styles, which also include relying on devil fruit abilities. So far, 4 members of the Straw Hat Pirates are devil fruit users, starting with the captain, Monkey D. Luffy. Luffy is the user of the mythical 𝙲𝚘𝚙𝚢𝚛𝚒𝚑 no Mi model, Nika. This devil fruit is known across the world as the Gomu Gomu no Mi, as the world government was trying to erase it from existence. It is classified as a paramecia in the Book of Devil Fruits, however, its real nature is that of a mythical zone. After Luffy, the Straw Hat Pirates saw the inclusion of more devil fruit users, starting with Chopper. Chopper was introduced to us in the Drum Island arc, where it was revealed that he is actually a reindeer with the powers of the Zone type 𝚲𝚙𝚙𝚢𝚛 no Mi. This devil fruit is the standard version of the 𝚲𝚙𝚙𝚢𝚛 no Mi, and it allows Chopper to transform into a human and a human reindeer hybrid. Chopper has worked several methods to get the most out of this devil fruit and develop unique transformations. This devil fruit has made Chopper very powerful, despite it not being among the strongest fruits in the world. After Chopper came Nico Robin, who joined the Straw Hat Pirates after the events of the Arabasta arc. Robin is the user of the paramecia type Hana Hana no Mi, which is a fruit that allows her to sprout any part of her body from anywhere. She can even sprout her entire body, and this ability is extremely dangerous, given the fact that she can crack her enemies' bones or deal damage to them from within their bodies. Nico Robin, the third devil fruit user of the Straw Hat Pirates, was soon followed by none other than Brook, who joined the crew during the Thriller Bark arc. Brook is a human who ate the Yomi Yomi no Mi, which allowed him to resurrect from the dead, although he now has the body of a skeleton for reasons unrelated to his fruit. Nonetheless, Brook is extremely powerful, and we have seen him become an important part of the crew over the years. His devil fruit also lets him summon the cold of the underworld and incorporate it into his attacks. Clearly, all the devil fruit users in the Straw Hat Pirates are extremely special. But Oda has now gone on to assign devil fruit powers to the non-fruit users of the Straw Hat Pirates in one of his SBS corners. When asked about the devil fruit powers of Zoro, Nami, Usopp, Sanji, and Frankie, Oda did not hesitate to give some very well thought out answers. These are devil fruits that also fit the personalities of these characters very well, and remain fun at the same time. Starting with Zoro, Oda decided to assign the devil fruit that belongs to Kaido to him. If Zoro were to eat a devil fruit, it would be the 𝚤𝚤𝚤𝚢 no Mi model, 𝚤𝚙. This devil fruit is extremely powerful, and we have already seen Kaido pull off incredible stuff with it. Curiously, Oda clarified that he would not exactly want Zoro to eat this devil fruit. Instead, he would make one of his swords eat this devil fruit. We have already seen weapons eat all kinds of devil fruits in One Piece, and this would be no different. One of Zoro's swords, likely the Wadong Ichimonji, would become incredibly powerful with this devil fruit. Coming over to Nami, she would get the devil fruit that belongs to none other than Enel, the Goro Goro no Mi. This devil fruit is a Logia type that allows the user to become electricity and create as well as manipulate it at will. Nami has powers related to weather manipulation, and this devil fruit would be perfect for her. Of course, it would make her unstoppable and Luffy to be her natural enemy. Meanwhile, Usopp would get the Poke Poke no Mi. We might not be very well familiar with this devil fruit, however, it belongs to Flamenco of the Whitebeard Pirates. This devil fruit is a paramecia type that allows the user to store things within pockets inside their bodies. Usopp often relies on lots of accessories and attachments during his fights, and this devil fruit would certainly be perfect for him. His many weapons, such as the Kuro Kabuto, Usopp hammer, and dials, among other things, would be perfectly stored inside one of his pockets. Meanwhile, Sanji would be given the paramecia type 𝚤𝚙𝚙𝚎 no Mi. This devil fruit belongs to none other than Senor Pink of the Don Quixote family. This devil fruit allows Pink to swim inside the ground and the walls freely. Under Sanji, who is the best swimmer in the Straw Hat Pirates after Jinbei, this devil fruit would certainly be unstoppable. It would also aid Sanji when it comes to his stealth-based operations, given that he is extremely good at those. The last member of the Straw Hat Pirates to not have a devil fruit is Frankie. Frankie is the shipwright of the Straw Hat crew and also among its strongest fighters. If he were to eat a devil fruit, he would have the Buki Buki no Mi. As we might know, this devil fruit belongs to none other than Baby 5 of the Don Quixote Pirates. It allows her to transform into any kind of weapon in combat, which is a very interesting ability. Given that Frankie uses various weapons and even cyborgs in combat, he would run wild with this ability. While these powers are certainly immense, it is highly unlikely for any member of the Straw Hat Pirates to come across a devil fruit and eat it. Oda seems to have established the number of devil fruit users among the crew already, and the order is likely not to change. Nonetheless, the preferred devil fruits of each member of the Straw Hat Pirates are certainly fun for us to look at. And that's all for today. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I also asked you to subscribe to help us. It will also help us to grow more as we are about to reach 1K subs, and if you like, please subscribe.